Here are the 5 levels of players in Armored Warfare. Starting from the ground up, we have the beginner. These are players that are just starting out, and they only have basic movement and shooting skills. They have no understanding of mechanics like spotting or armor angling, and they tend to rush in or just camp without any purpose. Their gameplay style is usually trial and error, and their successes are usually random and completely RNG spaces. Their primary concerns is about learning the basic controls, movement and aiming in the game, and understanding tank roles and their general purpose in battles. They should try to avoid the instinct to either rush in recklessly or just camp too passively, and then they can upgrade up to the learner. This is the point where players start to understand the basics and explore the mechanics of the game. They know the tank roles but struggles with execution, and they begin to notice mistakes but can't always fix them. So they are focused on improving personal skills like aiming and positioning, but usually still lack the map awareness and team coordination. Their general concern is usually grasping the key mechanics like spotting, camouflage and penetration mechanics, and developing a map awareness to improve positioning. They start to focus on analyzing mistakes and making adjustments to gameplay, and then they become the main character, TM. This is the point where the player starts to master all the mechanics of the game. They understand roles, maps, mechanics, and advantages and disadvantages in 1v1 encounters. They sometimes work with teammates, but aren't always consistent. Their gameplay is focused on more deliberate decision making, and they start to adapt to battlefield conditions. They usually try to improve the consistency in applying these mechanics during matches, and they start to learn to read the flow of the battle and adapt to enemy strategies. They may start to recognize the value of teamwork over solely focusing on personal glory, in which case they will graduate up to being a team player. The team player's control of their vehicle and the execution of their decisions are just secondary in nature. They support their teammates either by spotting, flanking or tanking, and they understand the synergy between tanks and covers the weaknesses of their teammates. They are focused on team objectives and adapting to the team's needs. They use communication tools like radial menu or pings effectively, and they are usually concerned about refining the balance between the supporting teammates and maintaining personal performance. They may start to learn to take the initiative and guide less experienced players when necessary, and they try to master communication to effectively coordinate without relying on voice chat. And finally, we have the top tier most skilled players in the game, the master level. This is where the peak of gameplay skill and understanding happens. They predict enemy movements and counter them immediately. Every action is intentional and impactful. They lead the teams by example, and they are an expert at adapting to dynamic situations and turning the battles around, even in the most disadvantageous of positions. They are usually concerned about staying unpredictable by continuously innovating and learning new tactics, and they try to maintain peak performance under pressure and even in high-stake matches. They mentor others to elevate overall team performance without overshadowing them. And that's it. Let me know in the comments which level you think you are at, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. I will see you on the battlefield.